4 on the clock. Pecan, 2 seconds. Pecan for the lead. Got it! He got the record at the buzzer! The Briggs for three. Buried! Gallagher pulls up. Gallagher rims it out the field. Slams it down. Pooley up ahead. Dombrowski, the freshman, off the window and one. Go back to Evans, corner three, got it! There's Rowe with the exclamation point as Dunny slams it down. Far side, Dawson unloads, knocks it home. Jenna Dawson by Teslavich, Evans puts it on the floor. Rice looks to drive in, Evans floats it up, got it! He got it! There's 1,000 for Bryce Epps. From Ringgold High School, it's section basketball here this evening on MVI Live as the section slate underway in 4A Section 3, two local teams in the 0-4 Ringgold Rams and the 2-3 Elizabeth Forward Warriors. Alex Lyons alongside me, Jose Negron for all the action in this one. And Jose, Ringgold not the start. They wanted only a few players for Coach Matt that have been at every game this season, as that's got to be tough, not having your full arsenal of players, but the majority of his roster there today, including his two big players in the likes of Abigail Whaley and Angelina Massey. And on the other side, no Resnick, the freshman, but they're going to have to deal with Jocelyn Dawson and Alyssa Terza and company for the Warriors of Elizabeth Forward here this evening.
Yeah, on one side, you have a really veteran-heavy starting lineup for the Ringgold Rams. They start 3 seniors, 2 juniors, a lot of experience there. Girls with varsity experience, especially with Whaley, Angelina Massey, Zoe Mundorf as well. But when you have a team like Elizabeth Forward too, they have some young players on this starting lineup. With 2 sophomores and Chloe Zombeck and Michelle Jellison, 2 players that got a lot of experience, whether it was starting or coming off the bench a year ago. Kaylin Settles has been a really big impact player early on here for the Warriors through their first 5 games. And then you got the 2 veteran leaders in senior Jocelyn Dawson and junior Alyssa Terza that have kind of led the way. This is an Elizabeth Forward team that has to replace 3 key seniors from last year's group in Bailey Brinson, Haven Briggs, and Brooke Markland. So they've relied a lot on their youth and a lot on these 2 veteran leaders in Terza and Dawson. Yeah, and
they have some very young, talented players again as well here this season for the Elizabeth Forward Warriors entering play. And you look at the likes of Kaylin Settle seeing time starting here tonight. We'll go over that a little bit later, but Chloe Zombeck, just a sophomore. We've seen Resnick in the lineup a lot, and that has been great for the Warriors, as we're going to keep it here for the playing of the national anthem, and then come back, lineups more right for you here on MVI Live.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to monvalleyindependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent. What happens here matters here.
Anthem done. Basketball next right here on MVI Live. The Warriors in the Rams moving down to 4A here this season is the Ringgold Rams. See if they can find some success and get back into the playoffs, as we will take a look at the starting lineups on both sides of things. First, for the visiting Warriors from Elizabeth Ford, led by 100-plus win head coach Crystal Gibbs, 2-3 on the campaign. And with Julia Resnick out of the starting lineup due to an injury, this is what the Warriors will throw out. It's the 5'9 senior Jocelyn Dawson, 5'10 sophomore Chloe Zombeck, along with the 5'6 freshman Kaylin Settles, joined by the 5'10 sophomore forward Michelle Jellison, and rounding out the starting five, the 6-foot junior guard Alyssa Terza. That's Dawson, Zombeck, Settles, Jellison, and Terza for Coach Crystal Gibbs. And the Elizabeth Forward Warriors looking to get win number 3 on the season. EF coming into this one, losing their last two, trying to get back into the thick of things, get back into the winning ways here this season if they can find a way to get a win today. As on the other side of things, it's going to be the senior forward Zoe Mundorf, along with senior guard / forward Alexa Schwab. Joining them will be the junior guard Naomi McNary, along with the junior Angelina Massey, and rounding out the senior forward will be Abby Whaley. Mundorf, Schwab, McNary, Massey, and Whaley, the starting five for the Ringgold Rams here this evening. And Abby Whaley, kind of a jack of all trades. Soccer player, kicker on the football team, basketball player, track athlete. Kind of does it all, Jose.
Yeah, former Mo Rosensteel Leadership Award winner for her leadership and her efforts on the soccer field. And, we got to talk to Abby a little bit, during our MVI Media Day this year. And, she's really taking on a leadership role as one of a few seniors in this lineup for the Ringgold Rams, and it seems like everywhere she plays, she's counted upon as being that leader, like she is on the soccer field as well.
Yeah, probably one of the most, if not the most versatile athlete inside of Ringgold High School. As, we have a lot of players, not necessarily the height of Terza, but very similar, that their first touches are going to be indicative to how they contest during a game. Jenna Dawson, another one to think of. Terza, if they don't get going early on, Zion more on the boys' side of things, if they start the game hot, they're normally going to be unstoppable, and that's always big. Get that first clean touch, that first full possession, and go from there. As Massey will take the tip with Jellison. Back to Chloe Zombeck into the front court. Underway here from Ringgold. Zombeck now Dawson. One more corner. Terza pulls the trigger. Got it! Right on cue. Terza starts with a triple.
There you go. You said it right there that, once she hits that first shot, and that's when she builds confidence and gets going. We'll see if that continues for Alyssa Terza.
Terza has had some big games throughout the course of her career as turnover results in Warrior basketball. 7:42 remaining. Dawson into Zombeck. Zombeck swings it left side. There's Kaylin Settles back up top. Zombeck now Dawson. Corner, Terza tries again. Got it again! Alyssa Terza up to 6, 2 for 2 from outside.
And that corner three, that's where she wants to shoot it, and another turnover leads to another EF possession. Can she hit another one?
From the other side, in and out of bounds. Last touch by Whaley.
And that's going to be now a timeout here for Ringgold, not even a minute in, as the Rams looking to regroup. 6 quick points for the Warriors and 2 quick turnovers for the Rams.
Yeah, as EF bringing the pressure early on. Very young EF squad with a lot of experience, if that's something you can say. Zombeck was really the 6th player last year on a team that went to the semifinals. Dawson, she's been around the program. She's seen success. Then you have the likes of Jellison, who played a big role off the bench last year. Terza was a starter last year. And then you look at players like Resnick, who has already started this year, and then Settles and Sosterik both got high school experience this summer with us in the MVI SBL.
Right, and that's something that Crystal Gibbs raves about, is the experience that these girls have gotten, at the middle school level before they even get to the high school level. They're prepared to to play for this program, and they know what to expect even at the middle school level, as there's a turnover on the Elizabeth Forward side.
Great job by Whaley Massey pushing the issue. Angelina drives in, right block across. It goes into the hands of Dawson. Up ahead, there's Terza in transition. And Alyssa Terza makes it an 8-0 run all by her lonesome. 6:45 remaining. Alyssa Terza, 8 points by herself. Perfect start for Terza and the Warriors. Mundorf into the corner, trigger pulled off the mark by Schwab. Back the other way, it's Jocelyn Dawson. Dawson, now Jellison drives in off the window and an offensive foul as Angelina Massey draws the contact and Jellison picks up the personal.
Well, at least encouraging that she made the bucket there. Nice job by Ringgold to draw that foul. Rams need to get a bucket here. You can't let this lead get any bigger.
Picturesque press break is at the other end. A miss off the mark there was Zoe Mundorf. As here's Chloe Zombeck, right elbow, pulls the trigger, knocks it off the iron. Rebound, Abby Whaley. 15 boards per game for Whaley. Whaley, one of the players that hasn't been able to be at every single contest as she crosses the timeline. Directions from the bench, 6 on the clock, 8-0 Warrior lead. As another turnover, that's Jellison the steal. Jellison in transition, foul line, right block, up no good. Whaley on the defensive.
Tried to draw that foul, didn't get it. Did Michelle Jellison, who has been a crucial starter, as Jellison will get called for the foul there. I mean, you mentioned it, Alex. You know, she came off the bench at times last year and played a big role. This year being counted upon as a player with experience to be a starter every single night, and she really has delivered, you know, even in some losing efforts. You know, I know it's I covered that game against Sarah Catholic, and she was the leading scorer. Did a great job to kind of keep Elizabeth Ford, you know, in that game for at times on last week.
She's kind of become the new Bailey Brinson, and checking in for her is Addison Niggett, who's kind of become the new Michelle Jellison this season, just role-wise, as Addison Niggett, of course, the younger sister of sophomore standout at Elizabeth Forward, Charlie Niggett, who we've become very well acquainted with through all his sports partakings, football, basketball, baseball.
I'm sure we'll hear their names in the next couple years. They've already made names for themselves in the high school ranks. Another 3 ball by Terza, no good.
She should stay in the right corner maybe, Jose.
Yeah,
left
right
corner unkind.
She's 2 for 4, 2 for 2 from the right corner, 0 for 2 from the left.
As off the iron, rebound grabbed down by Terza. Terza up ahead to Niggett, right wing Niggett. Now it's Terza. Terza has Zombeck back to Niggett, right corner. Niggett back up top. Terza around the horn. They go. Settles for 3. Back iron and out as Kaylin Settles can't hit. Of course, Kaylin Settles, her older brother, was a part of the Warriors for one season, Vernon, before transferring out to Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And, of course, they are the niece and nephew of former Pittsburgh Steeler quarterback and Steel Valley standout Charlie Batch.
Yeah, and Settles has already made a name for herself early on in the season as a main contributor. We kind of knew that coming in. You know, she's earned a starting spot, though, it looks like, for the Warriors. As we'll get a couple new Rams on the floor. Ringgold just needs to get the right shot. It seems like they've kind of forced some things here in the early going, and credit to Elizabeth Ford as there's a tie up there.
Possession stays with the Rams, and how quickly this got out to 8-0. It's been, you know, Ringgold finding a way to get back on the defensive. Again, Jose, you said just haven't found that right shot yet.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, kudos to Ringgold for not letting this at least get out of hand. You know, Elizabeth Ford, they've forced turnovers. They've continued to do that, but they haven't been able to add on to this lead over the last few minutes.
And I think really what helped was that charge forced by Angelina Massey as Allen up top surveys, lost her dribble inside Angelina Massey. Across she goes as up off the window, no good. On the attempt underneath and fouled after the rebound was Mundorf.
I believe Zombeck going to get called for that one, but I mean, even there, you know, you have an open layup right there. You got to convert on that one.
4-0 fouls in favor of Elizabeth Ford. The one thing you probably don't want to be leading with is Bella Massey up top. Now Mundorf to Whaley. Whaley pulls up, extended post, side of the backboard. Rebound and knocked away is back the other way. Terza in transition. Terza right wing. Terza down the lane. And another offensive foul drawn as another charge taken by Angelina Massey.
Yeah, and Elizabeth Ford racking up the fouls and the points here early on.
The only positive thing, one player has 2 fouls for EF.
And I'll give a credit to EF as Dawson tried to steal that one, but ends up going out of bounds. You know, they're at least being aggressive on the defensive end of the floor. They're not letting Ringgold have any easy shots, and I think that's probably translated to the more fouls here in the early going.
As there's Abby Whaley over the divider. Inside, Angelina Massey off the backboard, no good. Rebound ripped down by Bella. Out top, Allen. Allen, no good. Rebound by Alyssa Terza. Back the other way, Terza in transition. Now with Zombeck to the corner. Jocelyn Dawson drives the baseline, and she's fouled on her way down the lane.
This one's going to be on Angelina Massey. First foul for the Rams here tonight. Terza's already been pretty strong on the boards. Her and Abby Whaley each with 4 rebounds apiece.
As Mia Sosteric checks into the game. Sosteric, a very good shooter for the Warriors. Inbound Terza, tie up forced.
He's going to stay with Elizabeth forward here. And will, as the possession arrow is in favor of the Warriors.
Dawson the trigger, down to our right. Niggett, Sosteric, Zombeck, Terza. Jocelyn Dawson in, Terza, back iron, no. Rebound ripped down by Mundorf. Now it's Abby Whaley up to Angelina Massey. Massey on the campaign, 8.3 points per game. Massey driving, and Massey fouled. One more foul, EF will be, one more foul. The Rams will be shooting the rest of the half.
Yeah, 6-1 fouls. Favor of EF.
Up top, Bella Massey. Now it's Mundorf, left wing inside. Angelina working on Terza. Kick out Whaley. Now Massey right side, 2. Off the mark, rebound, grabbed down by Chloe Zombeck. Here's Niggett driving, has Sosteric. Niggett takes it herself off the window and in. As Addison Niggett becomes the first player not named Alyssa Terza to find pay dirt here this evening.
Yeah, and we had 4 minutes in between a bucket there. Is 5th turnover of the half for the Rams, the quarter rather for the Rams.
Chloe Zombeck swings it, Niggett up top there. Zombeck for 3, got it! Chloe Zombeck quickly from an 8-point to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, you said, Terza hitting early shots is key. Same thing for Chloe Zombeck. If she's hitting early shots, she has that confidence. Again, only a sophomore. Once she gets that going, she's able to have the confidence to continue hitting shots.
We saw how impactful she was on the soccer field as well for Elizabeth forward, as there's Whaley from 15, ironing out, rebound by Zombeck. There's Mia Sosteric. Sosteric drives down the lane, no foul, kick out, Niggett off the iron, no good. Rebound put back and knocked home by Jocelyn Dawson. And a timeout called.
Dawson with the putback and another timeout for the Rams. They just can't get anything going here early on, Alex.
It's not that it's been poor necessarily play, ball movement. They've had open looks. They just haven't been able to finish. And EF at the other end, they were in the same boat for a while, but now all of a sudden getting back into the thick of things of putting points on the board. As for the Rams, you've had opportunities with Massey inside the paint, Whaley inside the paint. Just got to find a way to finish at the rim.
Yeah, and it's been really 2 1-minute spurts for Elizabeth Ford. Just looking down at my notes, a 1-minute spurt where they scored the first 8 points of the game, and then a 1-minute spurt over the last minute where they've been able to pour in 7 more. So Elizabeth Ford, they've done a good job on the boards. I think there was a little stretch there where on the offensive glass they probably would have liked to get a few more second chance opportunities. But on the defensive end, they're not allowing any second chance opportunities for the Rams. It's one shot and done for Ringgold, and they got to try to figure that out. They're doing a good job on the defensive glass, but the Rams need to get some more second chance opportunities and need to cash in. Can't let this get any more out of hand.
And it starts right here. You got to find pay dirt this time down the floor. As into the front court, that's McNary. McNary now, Bella Massey. Massey rolling right side. Bella inside. Whaley. There's Abby. Whaley up, and Abby's fouled. MVI SBL well represented today, Jose.
Yes, it is.
Bella and Angelina Massey Jocelyn Dawson, Chloe Zombek, Terza. I was looking at Terza and had Zombek cross into my path of vision, but Mia Sosteric, Kaylin Settles, Brianna Dawson. There's Whaley knocking it down, and Ringgold on the board with 134 remaining here in the half, or quarter, I should say.
Yeah, maybe a good foul there by Zombek. I mean, you don't just let Whaley go up for a bucket. At least let her earn it at the charity stripe. And
when you're cold shooting from the floor, I think that's another big point that you don't want to let them get into any sort of rhythm, as Abby Whaley knocks down a pair.
Yeah, Whaley, that's who you're going to count on to try and, get this going. You see her being vocal on the court as Niggett hits another three for the Warriors.
It's a three-point barrage by Elizabeth Forward. 18-2, they lead, 1:16 remaining. As up top, Bella Massey swings it. That's McNary. McNary up top, Bella. Bella flips it along. That's to Allen. Allen inside. Mundorf pops it out to Abby Whaley. Whaley working it inside, and the foul called on the shot attempt by Mundorf. She will shoot two.
And that one, I believe, on Brianna Dawson. Should be her first.
And EF will shoot the rest of the half. Zoe Mundorf.
I think Elizabeth Forward, I mean, when you start the game out with 2 3-pointers and then you're able to force 2 turnovers in the first, 27 seconds, Alex? I mean, that kind of sets the tone, really, for the rest of the quarter. I mean, Ringgold took a timeout less than a minute in and kind of put the Rams on their heels from the get-go.
Mundorf, iron and out, empty trip, rebound, Abby Whaley can't finish. Poked back free near side, that's Alexa Schwab, the senior, skipped across into the hands of Niggett. And Addie Niggett off the window, no good. Rebound, grabbed down almost as getting knocked down was Mia Sosteric on the far side. Falco would check in, the junior forward, replacing Mundorf. Jocelyn Dawson, the trigger here. Just glad to see Dawson, after what happened during volleyball season, be 100% okay, as Dawson no good. It was when they were taking on TJ, it was a scary situation and collision with her, but, was glad to see nothing serious ever came out of that. And Dawson, of course, always fun to watch on the basketball court.
Yeah, it seems like she's really upped and improved her game over the years, and you're definitely going to be a key impact player as a senior leader on this pretty young EF team, as there's the freshman Sosteric with another 3-point attempt and a rebound for Abby Whaley, already her 6th here in the first quarter.
Abby Whaley, see if they can get some points on the board before the break. Schwab, now it's taken. Rafalco back up top and almost taken away by Sosteric, and then thrown away by the Rams with 11.1 ticks of the clock remaining here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, here opportunity for Elizabeth Forward to potentially get into the 20s here in the first quarter, under 10 seconds to go.
Niggett, Sosteric thought about the triple. Around the horn they go. Brianna Dawson ironing out. Rebound Allen, she will hold, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 1. It is a 18-2 lead for Elizabeth Forward. And again, as you said, Jose, 2 big spurts that paced the Warriors in that opening quarter, led by 8 points by Terza, 5 by Addie Niggett off the bench, 3 by Zombek, and 2 by Jocelyn Dawson. As just, for all our viewers out there, Jose, big things going on here. That rebrand coming of MVI Live, new location for broadcast coming up. So make sure you stay tuned to see what that's all going to be about, where we're going and where our games are going to be at. So, more information will follow down the road, but this is probably within the Charleroi Christmas tournament. We'll be on a new location for games, and some more changes coming the first of the year.
Yeah, excited for the new kind of the new change here, the new direction for MVI Live, and I'm sure everybody else will enjoy what we have coming up here too.
Yeah, and again, what we're doing, it's all for the ability so we can continue to do this. That's the whole reasoning behind what we're going to do, as we got to be able to find a way to get out and still showcase these talented young athletes.
Yeah, and the amount of times that we come out here and do games, I mean, we've been doing, what, four per week?
Yeah.
Really during, even during soccer season and football season. So, we love doing this. We love being able to be on the air and, showcase these athletes, even for people who aren't in the Mon Valley, people who are outside of the area. They're able to watch their family members or friends, and definitely something that we want to continue doing.
As out of bounds underneath.
Yeah, I hate to say it, Alex, but I feel like Ringgold needs to kind of play perfect basketball here and get, can't have any empty possessions if you want to get back into this game.
As Whaley now inside, or Falco, left side guarded, so Sterick back up top, controlled there by the Rams. Bounce pass right side, Allen. Mia Sosteric pressuring. It's Niggett, another steal, and Niggett at the other end. Off the iron, no good. Rebound, Sosteric, and she's fouled.
Yeah, Addie Niggett has had a few of those. I think that's her second time where she's kind of had an opportunity to transition bucket, and just kind of bad luck, on those in those instances. But she's really hustled. She's really had a good first quarter for this Elizabeth Forward team. Has really been a spark off the bench for the Warriors.
As Mia Sosteric can hit the first. Mia Sosteric, part of Coach Caitlin Slagis's Lee Supply squad, was actually teammates with the Ringgold Rams' Angelina Massey this summer. As Mia knocks down the back end, give her one.
I believe Whaley was on that team as well, wasn't she?
She was on Chad's team, Chad and Jeremy.
Oh, that's right. She was traded. She was traded from Lee Supply to Menneson Forest. That's correct. I can't keep up with all those MVI SBL trades, as there's another turnover for the Rams, and possession will go back to Elizabeth Forward.
One of the better rebounders we had this summer in that league, and she's been pretty good at that so far in this season.
What do you say, 15 rebounds per game through the first four for Ringgold? I mean, that's outstanding.
Anything, you get to 10 on average, that's impressive. I even take 8 and like that.
Hey, I saw a lot of rebounds last night in that Charleroi, California boys game. 20 for Aiden Loudon, 17 for Ben Shields.
Ben Shields, he has been impressive in general this season.
He's been great for that Charleroi team. They're 2-2, and Ben Shields is a big reason why.
He's taken over that Wagner role as there, so Sterick. Great ball movement by the Warriors. Terza spinning down the lane. Underhand toss, Dawson, now Niggett. Up top, Niggett. Addie Niggett to Brianna Dawson, back to Terza, top of the key. That's Terza range out there. She'll fire from anywhere for the Warriors.
No, they're looking for the right shot right now. They're doing a good job here.
As Niggett from the corner travels first, and finally, after a lot of movement around the floor, the Warriors cough possession back up to the Rams.
And, those types of things are going to happen every once in a while, especially when you have so many freshmen like Elizabeth Forward. But
that's what these early season games are for.
They're so huge, and that's something that these young girls are really going to learn from.
As Abby Whaley gets the first bucket from the floor here in this game, comes in quarter number 2.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to the defensive effort, and obviously the struggles that Ringgold's had, but really the defense that EF has shown here tonight.
Now it's Mia Sosteric. Sosteric right side, driving, kick out, Terza right corner, buried, as Terza has not missed from that spot tonight.
That's her hot spot, that's for sure. She is definitely been big from that right corner. We said it there in that first half. She's continuing it. 11 points now for Terza.
And a carry called as Terza was looking for 2 more. As Dawson, and checking in for the first time today will be Watton. We talk about all the players EF got back and all the young talent they have. They were expecting to have another young player, and I think kind of shuffled the cards. We were expecting probably Olivia Grimm to be a starter coming into the season. But, focusing on softball was Grimm, and, we'll get to see her around come spring. As here's Jocelyn Dawson back the other way, driving in and bounces off Massey and banks it in. 24-4. Massey right side, now back up top. Angelina Massey swings it As controlling there, McNary. Off to Allen. Allen back to Angelina. Now far side. Inside they go. Bounces away from Mundorf onto the floor. Rolls over. That's a travel. And possession goes back to the Warriors.
And counting the amount of freshmen that have played here for EF, I believe, what, 4? We got Settles, we got Sesteric, Niggett, now we have Meadow Watton. Of course, the last name Watton, probably familiar to those in the Valley, the younger sister of Chase Watton, former standout on the football field for Elizabeth Ford.
And you talk about all those freshmen, possibly the best out of them, at least so far, starting is Resnick. I mean, she's had a huge role.
Yeah, the younger sister of former standout Anna Resnick.
It's a family affair in the Valley. Is almost a turnover into the backcourt. Should be backcourt violation, and it will be.
Anna Resnick was a standout in multiple sports at Elizabeth Ford, soccer, basketball, and softball.
We are seeing Julia partake in some volleyball this year.
I believe Julia is also a softball player.
I think you're correct. I think the entire court just got a warning.
Yeah,
I believe that's the case.
Never seen that before, but
I've seen
there's a first time for everything, I guess.
I mean, on Monday I saw a player and a coach get simultaneously warned before the start of a quarter, but I've never seen, I think, the entire floor. As banks are open, as knocking it home, McNary. 24-6, the Warriors leading the Rams. Under 4.5 to play here in the second quarter.
Have you ever seen that before, Alex? I mean, I'm kind of still shocked at that.
No,
I didn't see anything that kind of prompted it either.
No, I thought it's been a pretty mellow game.
Yeah, well, that's why we're over here and not out there.
I don't make the calls. At the Planet Roof halftime interview with today's leading scorer thus far, that's Terza, who has the ball now and adds 2 more. Alyssa Terza up to 13. Half of the Warrior points tonight. As McNary, now Massey inside, Mundorf, kick out, now 1 more. As Schwab inside, going to work Mundorf surrounded, try to pass it off to Allen, and eventually a steal by the Warriors. That'd be one you like to see Mundorf just try to shoot, maybe get fouled and end up at the line as Dawson drives the baseline.
Dawson, nice ball handling there, and she gets fouled on the floor. The way that you talk about the way that Elizabeth Terza has kind of led the way, half of Elizabeth Ford's 26 points tonight. You know, that's kind of what you're going to need from her. I mean, you're going to need so much balance from, from her, from Dawson, Jellison, Zombeck, but the way Terza can shoot the ball, you want her to kind of be that leading scorer every game, as Watton will head to the charity stripe with 3:27 on the clock.
As Allen gets her 3rd. Team 5th, putting, again, the freshman Meadow Watton at the line, looking for her first points of the contest. As Watton threw the motion up and in. Of course, Elizabeth Ford last year made the improbable run out to take on Blackhawk at West Allegheny. Ended up losing that contest. I think you were there with me.
Yeah, we were there.
I know, I couldn't remember. I thought it was you. It was a fun drive out to West Day always. His back iron no good. Rebound grabbed down by Allen.
I've gotten to see a couple of EF playoff games the last couple of years. Saw them play Beaver the year before, where they actually gave Beaver quite the fright in I believe the quarterfinals of the playoffs.
Whaley overshoots the triple. Terza, now it's Dawson driving. Jocelyn Dawson off the iron, no good. Rebound pops free and out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Warriors of Elizabeth Forward.
A couple of those instances where just some unlucky basketball inside. A couple of shots by Addie Niggett that didn't fall, and then that one there by Dawson as Zombeck and Jellison turn to the floor.
As there's Chloe Zombeck outside. Dawson rattles it around the cylinder, no good. Now it's Massey. She's the leading scorer of this squad. Scoreless tonight. Looks to change that, and the iron says no. Rebound, Whaley, kick out. Triple on its way. Overshot by McNary, and rebound grabbed down by Jellison. Now it's Chloe Zombeck. Into the front court, Zombek, right wing. Chloe into the triple. Iron it out, rebound settles, knocked down, no foul comes. Zombek got the 3 attempt off, no good. Another board by Whaley.
8 rebounds now for Abby Whaley. 4 of Ringgold's 6 points here as we get closer to that 2-minute mark.
Allen floats it. Whaley now corner. Shot up, iron, no good. Rebound, grab down, and a foul after the Jellison rebound. If I'm not mistaken, is that team 6th or 7th?
I believe that's 6 for Ringgold, yep.
They're quick on the scoreboard.
Yes.
2:05 on the clock, 27-6. Only 9 points for EF here this quarter. The Ringgold defense has settled down. They've added 4 of their own, so much better second quarter for Ringgold, but still not where you want to be if you're the Rams. They're on the campaign only averaging 24 points per game on 27% from the floor and 38 from the charity stripe when they get there. As turnaround pass, there's Kaylin, settles and one.
Great pass there by Michelle Jellison. Great offensive board. She had a couple big rebounds here tonight. And she gets that extra pass to Kaylin Settles. Settles converts, and now a chance to finish off the 3-point play.
And if I'm not mistaken, I have Angie Allen with 4 fouls.
I actually have not been cut.
Well, they're taking her out, so
individuals.
they're taking her out, so that's a good possibility.
And I believe that's Settles' first bucket of the night as well.
That is. As the freshman look to add one more. Kaylin also a volleyball player. And the traditional 3-point play rims out right to Abby Whaley. Angelina Massey has her sister Bella in the left wing. Angelina, of course, the standout track athlete here at Ringgold. She was making other athletes look silly with a bad leg.
Yeah, imagine what she can do when she's fully healthy.
As Massey no good, rebound, Whaley tried the left. Second opportunity won't fall for Whaley. Rebound grabbed down by Jocelyn Dawson. Up ahead, Michelle Jellison across to Zombek. Got Massey in the air and banks it home for Chloe Zombek. .107 remaining, quarter number 1. Massey now Whaley right side, fouled by Kaylin Settles.
Yeah, Whaley, 2 boards there on that last sequence for Ringgold. She's now up to 10 here in that first half. Well on her way to meeting that 15 average.
So Sterick will replace Kaylin Settles here. Whaley, midfielder, defender on the soccer team that made the playoffs this year. Very good Ringgold team. You know, they actually went to a tie with this Warriors squad, who kind of seemed to be one of the top 2 with Thomas Jefferson, were the top 2 this season. As Whaley knocks it down, she'll get another. 5 points now for Abby Whaley.
And you mentioned that, Alex. She was huge in that tie with Elizabeth Ford on that back line. I know Emily Delano, who was a Fab 15 pick for our All-Star team this year. She was solid in that game as well. And, you know.
And Whaley knew that right away. Unable to get it was the Rams. She said short as soon as she let it go, as Zombek misses off of Jellison and out. It's kind of one of those things. You get a feel, you know where your shot's going, and that means you put up a lot of shots if you can tell if it's short or not, or you know exactly, you know, what you're kind of feeling off your hands. I've seen a lot of drills that coaches are starting to run. If you're trying to get better shooting, just turn around shots from the top of the key, and you need to call what you think so you start to know how you got to handle and how you can start playing back the other way.
And the 6th turnover there of the quarter for Ringgold.
As so Sterick wants the triple, off the iron, no good. Rebound, Jocelyn up top, that's Mia Sosteric. Now Michelle Jellison inside travels before the dish in to Alyssa Terza.
33.2 seconds here remaining in the second quarter. As we near halftime here at Ringgold High School.
See if the Rams can find pay dirt. There's Bella Massey. Bella to Angelina. Left side now Whaley. Back up top Angelina. Inside kick out. Bella Massey for 3 off the mark. And out of bounds. Last touch by Alyssa Terza. Bella, of course, was also part of that volleyball team for the Ringgold Rams. As there's Whaley, now it's Mundorf up top. Angelina drives and Massey fouled.
I think Sesteric might have gotten a hand in there.
And I think that's where you're looking for a lot of development to still come for these freshmen, these younger players, those kind of cheap give-me fouls. You don't mind, you're going hard. You make a good play, you get a foul. My coach used to always tell me, you got 5. You better use a couple of them. As Angelina Massey off the mark there.
Yeah, Elizabeth Ford, they've only allowed 2 field goals here in the first half. A bucket inside by Whaley and a jumper by McNary. All the other points for Ringgold have come from the charity stripe.
As Massey, an empty trip. Rebound grabbed down by the Rams as whistle blows and tie-up forced.
8.3 seconds here for Elizabeth Ford. Chance to extend this 31-7 advantage.
8.3, see who they let take the shot. My guess would be Terza. Now 5 seconds, Terza inside. Jellison denied by Mundorf, and that will do it. Great defense by Zoe Mundorf to prevent another opportunity, and that will take us to the half. It's been all Elizabeth forward so far here in this one, 33-7. A much better second quarter for the Ringgold Rams, but still a lot of work to be done if you're Ringgold come half number 2. When we come back, it will be our Planet Roof halftime interviewers. We were pleased to be joined by Alyssa Terza, the leading scorer contest so far with 13. We'll have that when we come back right here on MVI Live. 31-7, the Warriors lead the Rams at the break.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent, what happens here matters here. Cyber Athletics is a community created by athletes for athletes. A team of collegiate and NBA legends that have experienced all aspects of how the ball bounces both on and off the court. Ultimately, Cyber Athletics is defending the health, wellness, and success of a human beyond the title of athlete. Because an athlete can never truly perform unless health and wellness is placed at a premium priority. For more information, visit cyberathletics.com. Highway Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. The right brands, price, and advice since 1946. Highway Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress is the Mon Valley's choice for selection, service, and savings for over 75 years. Highway Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. You're going to like us a lot. We guarantee it. Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com.
Back here at the half, MVI Live halftime interview brought to you by Planet Roof with Alyssa Terza of the Elizabeth Ford Warriors. Alyssa, first off, thank you for doing this, even though you didn't have a choice.
It's okay.
But, so, for you personally coming into this season, what goals do you have for yourself and the Warriors?
I really think we have a good chance of winning section. I think that's one of the most important things for me this season. I think we'll have a good run in the playoffs. We have really good freshmen coming in and good returners, so I think we have a really good chance. We work well together, and we always communicate. I think that's one of the biggest things. So as long as we play as a team and work together, I think we'll have a good run this year.
So for you personally, we've noticed this over the last couple years, but something about playing Bell Vernon. Why are you always so successful? Is there anything special that happens that you come out and just dominate the Leopards?
I don't know. I mean, we have a rivalry with Bell Vernon. I don't know. I do always play good against them. Hopefully that'll continue this year, but I don't know. I really don't know. It just happens, I guess.
So for you personally, obviously, before coming into the season, we'll go back to the summer first. How has this past summer league season for you, where you got to play for a team that won a championship, be a crucial part of that, helped your growth coming into this basketball season?
I think I was able to work on things like individually to help me for this high school season, like work on my ball handling, because I'm more of a guard than a forward, so I also got to work in the post a little bit more and just work on my all-round game just to get better for AAU in high school.
So moving into the next season, obviously you went from basketball to soccer, now back to basketball. What was this season like for you guys on the soccer field? A lot of success. Your back line, which you are a part of, was absolutely lights out for most of the year. And, you're in a very competitive section with the likes of Thomas Jefferson and company. How was this season like for you guys on the soccer field?
Yeah, we moved up sections this year for soccer, so we really knew that we had a tough section. We were playing all new teams. And we knew TJ was a great team from the start. And after we were a few games in, we were getting the hang of things, and we really wanted to beat them. The first time we played TJ, we played really good. We all worked together really well, and we did win. And then the second time we played TJ, we lost, but we had an insane amount of good competition this year, so I really think that's going to help us going into next season, just to be able to already know who we're going to be playing and already have a feel for the teams and the competition and their strengths and their weaknesses.
So for you personally, obviously multi-sport athlete, very successful in both sports you do. What is the plan for you? What is there one you prefer over the other? What's the goal in the long run for you once high school comes to an end?
My ultimate goal is to play basketball in college. I just decided a few years ago, I think it was freshman year, that I wanted to try and play AAU basketball just to, see if I tended to like that sport better after playing AAU, because freshman year I had no idea what sport I wanted to pursue in college. I knew I wanted to play a sport in college, but I didn't know what sport. So I figured I'd try AAU, and I loved it. So I do want to play basketball in college, but I'll continue to play soccer throughout high school.
So obviously still doing both those sports throughout your high school career. How do they help each other? How does soccer help you in basketball and soccer? I
really think I get really good endurance from soccer. I play most of the game for soccer, so being on the field, I really think the running aspect of soccer translates it into my game for basketball and vice versa. I think that's one of the biggest things, is being in shape.
So for you personally, before every game, do you have any sort of pregame routine ritual that gets you ready to go out and do the job at hand? Because again, it is a kind of, everyone has their own process to get ready for a game. Do you have anything specific you have to do, or you just feel like you're going to be off?
My biggest thing is to eat a good meal before a game, probably like chicken, steak, get protein, and I always like to listen to pregame music just to get in the zone and get ready.
So obviously you guys lost a lot coming from last year with the likes of course, Briggs, Brinson, and Markland, and some huge shoes to fill, but obviously you are going to be one of those pieces, not just on the court offensively, but leadership-wise as well. How do you kind of handle taking on these multiple roles? Because you're already a big part of the piece of the offense last year for EF, but you're losing three big pieces. So how do you kind of step into maybe more of a leadership role this coming year?
This year I think I'm going to have to really communicate with my teammates, make sure we're all on the same page, keep everyone in a positive mindset even when we're down. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things, not getting in your head, because basketball is such a mental game. And a lot of people don't realize that, but as long as we play together, I think if I'm that person who helps bring us together and just keep us as one and to help us play as a team, I think that'll really help us have a successful season.
All right, one more question for you, Alyssa, before we let you go. So the last thing you hear before you start a game, national anthem. When you're all on the court lined up with your teammates. So question one, it's two-part. Is it a pump-up song? And two, what goes through your head during that final 2 minutes before you start playing?
Well, for me, every time, this might be weird, but I always pray during the national anthem. That's my time. I don't really think it's a pump-up song. I think it's more of a song to calm yourself down almost. And That's when I pray. But every time before a game, I always pray during the national anthem.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Good luck this season. Can't wait to see what you and the Warriors do throughout the course of the year.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll have half number 2 here on MVI Live. Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com.
Bring together expert faculty, offer programs in high-demand fields, add in a few centuries of tradition. You might call it the future of higher education. We're calling it Pennsylvania Western University. We've combined the resources of California, Clarion, and Edinburgh to create a new way to educate, where opportunities are boundless and tomorrow is yours to define. Built on tradition, built for your future. Welcome to Penn West.
B Graphics is the Mon Valley's leading source for all your screen printing, embroidery, and printing needs. Offering creative apparel, banners, fundraisers, online stores, promotional products, and more. To find out the best option for your needs, head to bgraphics.com or visit a store in either Frederickstown or Belle Vernon. B Graphics, hassle-free, quality-driven, and always on time.
Back here at the break, 31-7, the Warriors. All over the Ringgold Rams, 13 points for Terza, 5 for Zombeck and Niggett, with 4 for Jocelyn Dawson, 5 for Abby Whaley, and 2 for McNary for the Ringgold Rams. 31-7, EF with the lead, Ringgold with the basketball.
I'll tell you what I was most impressed with in that first half, Alex, just how much these freshmen just fit in. You know, usually you're bringing freshmen along and, you know, it takes some time. But, you know, Elizabeth Ford, and it will still take some time. There's going to be some growing pains. But it does seem like these freshmen really fit into their roles very quickly. And that's going to really benefit Elizabeth Ford, especially towards the end of the season when the games matter even more.
There's Whaley, top of the key, swings it far side. Massey, good ball movement to start here by the Rams. Down the lane, Massey off the window and in. As Angelina Massey starts the second half scoring with her first bucket of the game. It was 13-5 scoring in favor of the Warriors in quarter 2 after an 18-2 advantage in the first quarter. Jellison, now it's taken by Terza. Terza kick out, Zombeck right side. Zombeck to Terza in the right corner. Now it's Jellison, drops it, cutting in. Alyssa Terza off the window and in.
Michelle Jellison's ability to pass the basketball, I think, gets overlooked. She's made some really phenomenal passes here tonight.
As short corner shot over the mark, rebound by Jocelyn Dawson. Back the other way, Zombeck. Now Kaylin settles. And a blocking foul called on Massey, and I believe they might have counted that one for Kaylin Settles. I guess not. I thought he pointed down.
I thought they were going to call a charge on that one, but.
Call it on the floor. As there's Zombeck up top.
A charge called on Settles.
Only a play late there, Jose.
Yeah, I thought it was more of a charge the first time than it was the second time, but that's just my opinion.
I would agree with you. Both teams pick up their first foul of the half on back-to-back plays. Was that Jellison who got the charge, Jose?
I believe so. I believe that's why.
I kind of assumed with her coming out. That's her third foul. Massey, now it's taken near side. McNary back around. Schwab surveys inside. Whaley at the foul line. Kick out, right wing shot off the iron. Rebound, Whaley, and a foul underneath. And I believe that's against Alyssa Terza. It's her second, team second, 33-9. The Warriors leading the Rams. As there's Abby Whaley knocking it home.
I want to see more of that from Whaley. I want her to continue shooting the ball. I know, she's very unselfish on the floor. She's always looking for an open teammate, but I want to see her take control a little bit more.
There's Jocelyn Dawson off the window and in, and Jocelyn Dawson up to 6. 35-11, but this is the almost tied for the most points in a quarter, and we're at 5:45 mark of quarter number 3 for the Rams. Is much better start to the half, as looks like Dawson shuffling the feet with the blocking foul, as Angelina Massey looking to get to the cylinder.
Yeah, Coach Regula has to be a lot happier with the start here for the Rams. I mean, much better than that 15-0 run that they had allowed in the first.
Rebound there by Abby Whaley.
Whaley up to 13 rebounds now.
One game this season, they've had their full roster. They thought that was going to happen tonight, but due to an illness, there's no Addie Mundorf here as another board. Who else?
Abby Whaley. There is an Abby Whaley rebound counter on my sheet right now, and it continues to rise. 14 now for the star senior.
Abby Whaley looking to play soccer at the next level. That's last chance I got to talk to Abby. I know she was looking at Chatham of one of the schools of interest. They, of course, now play at that beautiful UPMC Graham Field out in Wilkinsburg that got a complete facelift.
Ringgold their first turnover of this third quarter.
Up top, Chloe Zombeck driving, left block, fouled by Massey underneath, and with Chloe going to the line, we can highlight Chloe a little bit, and Jose maybe highlight Chloe's family a little bit. What time of year is it?
It is Christmas time.
No, what's so special about the Zombecks at Christmas time? Maybe your first story.
It was one of my first stories with the Mon Valley Independent back in 2016, 2017. It was one of my first stories as a full-time reporter.
A young bright-eyed Jose.
A young 23-year-old Jose. Getting his start in the journalism business, and got to meet with the Zombecks. Just a phenomenal family, what they do for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and what they do with their Christmas light display. Just phenomenal people, and the things that they do for the kids. It's just remarkable.
Another one for Whaley, as back the other way comes Massey, as that pass put Schwab on the boundary, and back the other way we will go. And, we have also something just popped in my mind. It was a uniform warning to the players.
Yes. Your dad actually got that scoop during halftime, so we got to give him a shout out for getting us that scoop and getting us that information.
I've never seen that.
I have never seen that either.
I've seen uniform warnings, but never the entire 10.
I mean, you're making a statement. I'm sure that the message was well received.
They're a lot more relaxed than officials used to be about uniforms. At least back when I was playing, I knew you walked on the court without your jersey tucked in, you were getting an earful from an official. As here comes Chloe Zombeck, close to coast, as that one.
Travel called on Zombeck. And timeout called by Elizabeth Forward with 3:51 here left in the third quarter.
36-11. That means 4 points for the Rams this quarter and just 5 points for the Warriors. So much better start to half number 2 here for Coach Regola's squad. Talking to him earlier in the week, really stating, I think I've noticed this a lot and thought this has been a case, and most coaches I talk to say the week moving up has thrown so much stuff off kilter, off, just things, especially on the boys' side with a lot of players on football-wise, but girls-wise as well. It's still very tough when you're starting a week earlier, just throws everything out of sorts. And at this point, Ringgold's still trying to get their complete defensive game plans, offensive game plans going in, get those kind of well-oiled as a group. It's kind of tough to do that, and I kind of like certain squads, like we saw Charleroi have 9 days in between games. Well, there's that first week of practice kind of made back up.
Right, and in that case for the Charleroi boys, Bill Wilt said they had a phenomenal week of practice in between those games, in between the Monessen loss, which was one where they had over 30 turnovers in last night's win over California. So it's going to take some time. It's hard enough to, as that ball goes out of bounds and will stay with the Rams. It was tipped by Elizabeth Ford. It's hard enough to get ready for a season when it's not a week early, So it's going to take time for these teams to get going. I mean, it's taking some time for Elizabeth Ford to get gelling. They've only have 2 wins in their 5 games. So, it's everybody's pretty much in the same boat, but some teams are a little – it takes them a little more time than others.
As Bella Massey rims it out, rebound fought over by a pair of Warriors. That was Dawson and Terza. Caitlin settles through the hands, regroups it in, outside, Terza. In and out around the horn, no good. Now it settles, can't finish. Rebound ripped down again by Abigail Whaley.
17.
Okay, we got 2:55 in a rolling third quarter clock. Over under 25 boards for the game now for Whaley, Jose.
Ooh, the way she's doing it right now, I'm going to say over.
I think that's a safe bet as Bella Massey again can't finish as a foul on what looked to be a clean Terza block.
Yeah, that's...
And I tend to agree with the facial expression of Alyssa Terza on that one.
I agree with the facial expression by Alyssa Terza. I agree with what Crystal Gibbs is saying on the sidelines. That was, I think, as clean as you can get. Then again, I'm not wearing stripes, so.
You do have some stripes on, though.
I do.
I would
it's
consider
not, it's
one
not
stripe.
Not the right ones.
They're horizontal, too, as Falco almost tripped over the line, but got it to work. Her first point of the contest for the junior. As Mia Sosteric back in, Caitlin settles out. For Falco, that one fell short. And possession back to the Warriors. 36-12, they lead the Rams. Tomorrow we'll have more action for you from South Allegheny. It will be the Tigers and the Gladiators. We saw that in the MVI Shootout Classic last year. I believe, Michael Mahalski back in a full repertoire of players as that one off the side iron, no good. Should be for a lot of fun evening as Niggett once again knocks it home. 7 for Addie Niggett, the freshman. Bella Massey, bounce pass, or Angelina to Bella, as that one eventually taken away by Zombeck. Now it's Niggett across to Chloe Zombeck. Zombeck, left wing, Zombeck floats it up top, and that's something we don't see too often. Terza posting up down in the paint with Massey now steps out for a corner 3, no good. But, that'd be something you like to see a lot more from Terza. And not saying she can't go outside and shoot as we get a stoppage in play.
Timeout for the Rams with 1:52 to go here in the third quarter.
But going back to that point, we know how good of a shooter Alyssa Terza can be from the outside. We've seen it here in this game with 3 triples in the first half. But, there's not going to be many girls that EF's going to go against. Look at the section even. We're very familiar with this section. On Belle Vernon, they have no one that's really going to go down the paint with Terza height-wise. Maybe Lee.
Fair Reader.
Reader's going to battle. But, again, height advantage still belongs to Terza. In this section, there's no one height-wise that's going to match her.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you got to make a living down there because we know how good she's a shooter, but got a hybrid in and out. And I think if she can add that to her game, and seeing her doing that here in this game is got to be something Coach Crystal Gibbs likes to see out of Alyssa Terza.
Yeah, that's something you got to replace too, because Bailey Brinson was such a solid inside presence. As there's a 3 ball by Abby Whaley, no good, and will be Elizabeth Ford ball. But Bailey Brinson was so just dominant inside. She was aggressive and did a good job in there to lead the way for Elizabeth Ford as that inside presence, and that's something they're going to miss. Michelle Jellison can maybe fill that role, but Terza at 6 foot, you're going to like what she can do, in that position as well. As there's a turnover there, a traveling call on Elizabeth Ford.
If you think of Bailey Brinson, just think wrecking ball. That was Bailey Brinson in a nutshell, and also Brooke Markland, who was an emotional leader on and off the court, and then I think they have a girl who's guarding Whaley right now that can be the next Haven Briggs style player. Sharp shooting, minute guard who has a lot of potential to do a lot of good things for the Warriors.
Yeah, speaking of Mia Sosteric, and and that's another thing is there's a Three ball by Sesteric on cue.
That's what we saw Haven Briggs do a ton of, as Mia Sosteric up to 4. 41-12 in favor of the Warriors, as Bella Massey up top to Whaley. Now it's taken by Schwab, right wing, inside cutting. There's Whaley, no good. Rebound ripped down. It's Jocelyn Dawson. Dawson in transition. Jocelyn Dawson, now Zombeck. Niggett back to Zombeck, pulls up for 3, off the mark. Rebound by Bella Massey. Bella Massey now to her sister Angelina. Angelina, the junior, working in, bounce pass off of Schwab and out of bounds here on the near side. And possession goes back to the Warriors. See if they hold for the last shot, up 41-12.
And you mentioned, Alex, too, the height advantage that EF might have on a lot of teams. You got Jellison at 5'10", Chloe Zombeck at 5'10", and Jocelyn Dawson with some height as well at 5'9".
As Niggett makes it look oh so easy down the lane. And, you know, going back to that, Reeder probably going to have to match up with Jellison. And then you look at, you have Moore on Southmoreland. Again, that's probably going to have to be matched up with Jellison, as Bella Massey got the 3. And Ringgold onto the board thanks to Massey. As the freshman knocked it home, as at the other end, Dawson can't find pay dirt, but the Rams end the quarter with some scoring. A triple by the freshman Bella Massey. And at the break, it's 43-15. The Warriors leading the Rams. Will come back with the conclusion of this on MVI Live.
Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com.
12-8 your third quarter scoring in favor of the Warriors from Elizabeth forward, 43-15, as it's 15 points for Alyssa Terza, 9 for Addison Niggett, 6 for Zombeck, 6 for Dawson, and 4 for Mia Sosteric, as 7 for Whaley, 3 for Bella Massey, and 2 for Angelina Massey, along with McNary adding 2 and Rafalco 1.
Abby Whaley closing in on potentially a double-double, too. 7 points, like you mentioned, and 17 rebounds here through 3 quarters.
You know, when I made that over-under of 25, Jose, we were looking really good, and then all of a sudden.
I'll be the first to say it. You know, that's an unofficial number. You know, I might have maybe missed a few. You know, you never know. But my official number is at 17.
And I'll say that's an official announcer jinx right there if she sticks at 17 the rest of the way.
You know, I don't believe in announcer jinxes because I don't do this enough to really believe in it. So
I get yelled at enough for everything I do.
You do this a lot more than I do. So
as underneath, Watton can't finish. Outside, Brianna Dawson. Up top, Sosteric faked the triple. Now it's Dawson left side 3, iron it out. Rebound, kick out, Sosteric left alone as Mia off the mark. Rebound slapped away by Bella Massey and out. Last touch by a Warrior.
Yeah, 3 freshmen on the floor for Elizabeth Ford right now. It's Sosteric, Settles, and Watton.
Bella to Angelina. Now it's taken near side McNary as Bella gets it back. Left side 3, iron and out. Rebound poked out by Sosteric as Mia saves it and last touched by the Rams.
Phenomenal play there by Sosteric, knowing she didn't have any teammates around her. She didn't even try to kind of just throw it to a teammate, just threw it off the Ram and was able to get Elizabeth Ford possession back. 43-15 Elizabeth Ford as we reach the 6:30 mark here in the fourth quarter.
Sosteric, now it settles. As inside, Jellison no good. Rebound pokes away and pinballs out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. You know, I think out of everything Coach Matt Regola sent me, one of the more impressive things I saw that just stood out, we see Bella Massey, not the tallest individual, but averaging 5 rebounds a game to go along with 2 players to 20 total rebounds. Obviously the 15 stands out more than anything, but you know, as a freshman, guard to average 5 boards a game. That's pretty good. It's Mia Sosteric, the pickpocket, and the bucket. Sosteric up to 6. As now it's taken inside Allen. Been a while since we've seen her in foul trouble as Mundorf off the window and in. First bucket of the game for Zoe Mundorf. And Ringgold scored more points in the third quarter than they scored in the entire first half, as there's Kaylin Settles off the window, no good. Rebound, Brianna Dawson. Dawson, now it's Mia Sosteric running point. Sosteric driving, foul line, kick out, back to Dawson for 3. Ironing out, rebound, grabbed down by Bella Massey, and a travel called on Bella with 5:08 remaining here in the quarter as Abby Whaley will re-enter, replacing Mundorf. Brianna Dawson, the trigger. Flips it out to Kaylin Settles. Settles across Jellison, the sophomore, driving in. Over to Watton, blocked by Massey. Rebound to Angelina. As Angelina in transition, coast to coast, Massey pulls it up, and a foul called, and most likely on Jellison because Sosteric got all ball.
Literally, Sosteric had the ball. Well, they will call it on Sosteric.
She almost picked up Mia Sosteric on that one.
And Sosteric gets another hand on it, and she does it again. Mia Sosteric for the second time just uses that hustle to get to a loose ball, hits it off a ram and out of bounds, and it'll be Elizabeth forward ball.
As there is Mia Sosteric. Now it's Kaylin Settles. Settles. Right side has Sosteric cutting, guarded by Massey. Settles inside, deflected by Angelina, but makes this way to Mia Sosteric nonetheless. Sosteric back up top. Now inside, denied by Allen. Pops free, top of the key. Massey onto the hardwood, forcing the tie-up. And Jose, with that last bucket we had, though, clock not stopping. I was wondering why I kept stopping it at the whistles and it was getting off on the score graphic. Three minutes on the clock. Bella Massey into the corner. That's Whaley. Whaley working in. Now it's Bella Massey once more. Back up top. Allen saves it as it goes right to Niggett. Addison Niggett drives in off the glass and in as Addie Niggett. And a stoppage in play as Allen down with an injury for the Rams. Addison Niggett into double digits with 11, joining Alyssa Terza as the only other player to be at that point here in this contest. As Whaley, one of the senior leaders on this team, was going over, checking on the senior Angie Allen. 2:43 remaining in the third quarter, 47-15 in favor of the Warriors. No points, or just 2 points, so far this quarter. They belong to Mundorf for the Rams, and on the other side, Niggett and Sosteric, both with a pair for the Warriors. And Jose, you know, busy week this week, and of course, a little less busy of a week next week, but we'll still have a lot of coverage for everybody involved here inside the Mon Valley. Is 3 games for you next week, again with Christmas coming up next Sunday. No games on Thursday or Friday. They have a game Thursday. Thomas Jefferson Franklin Regional, rematch of last year's Penguin Cup Championship, where the Jaguars came back in victory in that one. We'll have that one on Thursday. McKeesport, Bell Vernon boys from Bell Vernon, as we should see some new faces.
That should be the game. That should be the game where
Curdy,
Bell Vernon gets
Alonzo,
their full complement of football guys.
So that should be a lot of fun to.
And I don't think Bell Vernon's going to lose many games when those guys get back. That's just a prediction. What hustle there by Whaley, by the way.
as a tie-up called, and Monday's game still TBD. Couple options on the table, so we'll get you that information on Monday. You just got to pick up get the edition of the Mon Valley Independent, and you'll know, or follow us on the social medias. As there's Niggett, left side. Addie Niggett, jump stop three, no good. Rebound, Massey and Settles converge, and Kaylin Settles banks it home.
Got to also mention that the Valley Sports Guys podcast will be back next week. Took a week off, had some stuff we had to take care of this week, but we will be back, and might be our last episode of 2022.
I would say that's a safe bet, because the Wednesday after Christmas we will all be at Charleroi.
Yeah, and I think that we're gonna have a lot going on, and especially with Christmas and the New Year, so we'll probably pick things up back in January. So be sure to check in next week for the final episode of 2022 of the Valley Sports Guys podcast.
As Settles up and one for Kaylin Settles. Kaylin Settles up to 6, second and one opportunity for the freshman. Kaylin Settles looking to extend upon the advantage. As up and in it goes for Kaylin Settles. Old school three-point play for Settles and the Warriors.
And quickly up to 7 points for Settles as she scored the last 5 for the Warriors. And another turnover there for the Rams. 7 now here in this fourth quarter.
Lowest scoring output of the season for Ringgold. 21 twice, 29 and 25.
And I'll tell you what, too, 24 turnovers for the Rams tonight. That hasn't helped.
Better than normal, though, 28.5. As, again, you're looking for improvements, and this is the second lowest scoring output they've given up all season against a pretty offensively potent Warrior team. As up top, there's Niggett. Niggett, now it's Kaylin Settles. Kaylin, top of the key, now Dawson. Dawson to Niggett. Niggett right corner, now bounces back up top. Seems like the Warriors are content to dribble this one out. As Mia Sosteric, and now Coach Gibbs saying she still wants them to move the ball around and still work the offense, just no scoring for the Warriors in the final 5, as there's Brianna Dawson driving in. Dawson puts it up, no good, and the rebound out of bounds, and the whistle blows as the Warriors hold the Rams to 2 in the fourth quarter, 17 in the game, 9 points in the fourth, 52 in the contest for the Warriors from Elizabeth Ford. We'll take a break, come back. MVI Live player of the game here this evening, and some final stats before we let you get on your way right here on MVI. As it was all Warriors here this evening, they take it by a final score of 52-17 over the Ringgold Rams right here on MVI Live.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent. What happens here matters here.
Back here on MVI Live, final score, Elizabeth Ford 52, Ringgold 17. As Ringgold now 0-5 on the season. It is now 6 straight wins for the Elizabeth Forward Warriors over the Ringgold Rams, as they are back in the win column against Ringgold once again. They are now 3-3 on the season, breaking their 2-game losing streak. As leading the charge for Elizabeth Ford was Alyssa Terza, 15 points, barely saw the floor in the fourth quarter, and a big first half with 13 points for Terza, 11 for Addie Niggett, 7 for Settles, and 6 for Dawson, Zombeck, and Sosteric. For the losing Rams, they were paced by Whaley with 7, 3 by Massey, 2 by Angelina Massey, and 2 by Zoe Mundorf and Naomi McNary. As Elizabeth Ford now 3-3, they'll be back in action when they take on Uniontown on the 19th. Another section game. Ringgold, their next game will be against Hempfield on tomorrow. as Elizabeth Ford 1-0 in the section, 3-3 overall. And the MVI Live player of the game, that is Alyssa Terza of the Elizabeth Ford Warriors, leading all scorers with 15, including 13 in the first half. On behalf of my broadcast partner tonight, Jose Negron, I'm Alex Lyons saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow for the final game of the week right here on MVI Live. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow. 52-17, the Warriors beat the Rams right here on MVI Live.